Shalom, shalom. Shalom to the saints out there. We're gonna jump right onto it. Right. As y'all can see, we got a tour from where I don't know. But hey, we're gonna bring out this word anyway, right? All praise to Yahweh. I should never say. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Much respect to the brothers out there laboring, teaching this truth, right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near, right? Supposed to call on the Most High and seek him where he may be found right now. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Most High, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon, right? So we're supposed to seek the Most High, return back and pardon all the things that we did wrong, man. We want to be found without fault, right? Said, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Most High. So to all you blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, man, you need to return back to your God, right? The Most High don't want no weak men, right? He want austere men, men that ain't afraid to come and do the work, man, right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom cried without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, right? Right now the Most High is ordering his words in the city, man. He's trying to tell his people to come back to him wholeheartedly, right? Verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon thee, like it come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they will not find me, right? Our people gonna seek the Most High early, and they're not gonna find him, right? The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6, right? And it reads, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children, right? That's why our children has been forgotten in this God-forsaken planet, man. In this God-forsaken world, man. Our kids. Not everybody. The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, We have been forgotten in this God-forsaken country, right? But what's the knowledge, right? Let's get what the knowledge is. Let's get what the knowledge is of the Most High, right? That we have forsaken. This is the book of Iraq, chapter 19 and verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Most High is the doctrine of life, and they that do the things that please him shall receive the fruit of tree of immortality, right? So you got to do the things that please the Most High. What's pleasing the Most High? Keeping his commandments. But it's only given to a certain set of people. It wasn't given to everybody, right? Let's prove that. Let's prove it. Because everybody want to say God is dealing with everybody. But guess what? The God of the Bible is not dealing with everybody. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 147, and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High, right? They don't know the Most High, because the Most that's the reason why you get beat down in the street, why you get shot, no justice, no peace, why you got to have a damn monument in the middle of a city that hates you, right? Now these folks come to this damn park to gloat on what it used to be, because that's how they want to make America great again, right? Bring it back to the same way they had it before, right? This is what they want. When they come here, do their little tours, because why? They want to remember the good old days, right? Let's get some judgment, man. I'm tired of looking at these devils walking around free on stolen ground, right? You here on stolen ground. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the dirt, shall I ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Let's find out who the daughter of Babylon is, right? Let's see who's the daughter of Babylon. You got to read precept on precept, on precept, here a little and there a little, right? To get understanding of what the scriptures are saying. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O the Most High, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that reward of thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stone, right? So the children of Edom is associated with who? The daughter of Babylon. It's another one of their names. So let's go back. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man, right? When Yahweh shall come back, who the world ignorant knows is Christ, he's not going to come back and meet these devils as a man. He's going to come back with that spiritual power, that spiritual sword, and execute vengeance on the heathen, right? And he said the ones who endure to the end, he's going to give them that same power, right? Let's get that. Because you think it's a game out here. You don't understand how real this thing about to get, right? There's so many damn outages going on right now that all they doing is just getting your ass conditioned, your mind conditioned for what? For when they cut off the internet and you can't get it. So you got to seek the Most High God right now while He's found, right? But He's going to give us that same spiritual power, the ones that endure to the end, right? The ones who have been predestined to get this salvation. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power of the nations, right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter, they shall be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father, right? So Yahweh has received all power, right? He's going to what? Break them to shivers. He said, the nation that will not serve me shall utterly perish, right? Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter, they shall be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father, right? Let's get a precept. You got to endure to the end, man. There's nobody that's saved right now. Nobody. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13. No, let's start at the top. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? That word world is age, eon, right? It says, and Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying that I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? It says, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be what? Famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places, right? Those two earthquakes that just hit what? San Francisco, right? It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, right? And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, right? Offenses are to come, man. It's the Most High is sifting and separating right now. Offenses are coming, right? Says verse 10. Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. The love of many is waxing cold right now because iniquity is abounding above anything, man. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. You got to endure to the end. That's the only way you're going to be saved. You don't have salvation right now, right? It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then the end shall come, right? When, so this gospel of the kingdom that is only for the Israelites and the Israelites only, right? It's got to be preached around the world, and then the end will come, right? Let's prove that. Bible said, prove all things. So let's see what the kingdom of heaven is, right? This is the book of Revelations, chapter 21, and start at verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy New Jerusalem coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, right? So this is the kingdom of heaven that John Revelator seen. Let's take a look, right? It says, verse 12, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the 12 gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. So where they're not there. The kingdom of heaven is only for who? The children of Israel. Point blank period. Right? Let's prove that further. It's the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 68. It says, blessed be the Lord power of Israel. Not of the whole world, right? Of Israel. So when did it change? It never changed. He don't change. Right? It said, blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we, his people, should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, right? We got to be saved from our enemies, man. We in destitute, man. I read a story the other day talking about redlining, where they actually set up different places in the neighborhood where they would give you substandard loans to keep you at a substandard state, man. To the point where these loans were contractual, where they would give you property and say that you had to pay on a contract, but if you missed one payment, guess what? You couldn't do anything about it. They took that whole payment and your land was gone, man. Point blank, period, man. That's what we've been dealing with. So who else needs to be saved from that? You got people right now, man. Man, look at this, man. Look at it right here, man. You see that right there? That happened. And they put a memorial up on that bullshit, right? They put a memorial on that, right? So who else needs to be saved? Who else? You tell me, right? As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant and the oath which he sware to our father Abraham, right? That's the reason why he's doing this. He's honoring the oath that he swore to our forefather Abraham. And the seed goes to what? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Point blank, period. There's nobody else included in that. And that's the gospel of this Bible, man. This is not a universal book. It is not for everybody, right? Let's get more on that. This is the book of Matthew, right? Chapter 1 and verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, Mary, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh. The letter J wasn't invented to the 1600s. His name was not Jesus, right? And he shall save his people from their sins, right? His people. Let's get more. Matthew 2 and 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Not everybody. The history of this book, man, is only given to the Israelites, man. That's why we the only people who can understand it, man. Because people don't read precept on precept. They read it like a novel. They read it like it's some kind of mystical book, but it's our history book, right? Let's get more on that. Let's get more, right? Let's prove all things, right? It's the book of Acts, chapter 2. What I want. Huh. Verse 20. Shalaki. Verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, right? Same thing we read about in what? John 3:16, right? Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yahweh of Nazareth, a man approved of Yahweh, among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which Yahweh did by him in the midst of you, as you yourselves also know, right? So he said, what? Ye men of Israel, hear these words, right? He didn't say everybody. Let's get more on that, man. Let's see who the kingdom is for. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 6. And when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore the kingdom? Shall I restore again the kingdom to Israel? Where's everybody? Why didn't his disciples ask him, are you going to restore the kingdom to everybody? You got to ask yourself these things. Why didn't he ask them that, right? He said, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall witness unto me, and ye shall be a witness unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and the utmost parts of the earth, right? We being a witness of your house shot right now, man. Brothers out there on the highways and byways and the chief place of concourse teaching the word of the Most High God, man, trying to wake up the elect. Because that's what it's about. That's the only thing it's about. It's about the elect. It ain't about all Israel, right? Let's prove that. It's not all about all Israel. You got to understand that, man. Offenses will come. People going to fall out the truth left and right, man. Hey, he said, woe to those who pull back from their hand to the plow, right? Woe. It's the book of Revelations, Romans, chapter 11 and verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Our people seek the Most High God hard, man. They go to church on Sunday, Sunday school, church in the evening time, you know what I'm saying, and go to church on Wednesdays. They seek the Most High hard, but what? It says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, right? According to as it is written, power have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. So the Most High done blinded their mind, man, until this day. Why? Because he ain't want all of Israel. Because 2/3 of our people got to be put away and die, man. They wicked as hell. They want to follow after the other nations, man. They did that from the beginning, right? We came out of Egypt, all that, right? I mean, murmuring, and you seen all those miracles, man. Like right now, man, these miracles going on, and our people don't understand what the hell is going on. But that's the way the Most High set it up, right? Because you know what? The wicked is going to be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright, right? Let's get that. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Most High, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried, right? And they shall call upon, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, come. And they shall say, the Lord is my God, right? So 2 parts of our people got to be cut off and die. 2/3 got to go. You got a question?
No, I'm just encouraging you along the way, brother.
Nah, I'm good.
All right,
I appreciate it.
Thank you for preaching the word.
No problem. You think God loves everybody? Do you really? Okay. Let me read something for you then. And you tell me what this says. I want you to break it down for me. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. This is New Testament. So it's written in the Old Testament that God hates Esau. Do you know who Esau is? Who is Esau according to the scriptures?
Can't remember the context.
I'll bring it out for you. No problem. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25. Exodus stuff. Here we go. 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife because she was barren. And the Most High was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Most High. And the Most High said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be fulfilled, behold, they were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they call his name Esau. That's Esau. All nations are still here on this earth right now. So his pigmentation was mentioned in the Bible. They ain't mentioned Jacob's pigmentation. Let me continue to read. It says, and after that his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his and his name was called Jacob. 3 score years when she bare them, right? So what's the pigmentation of your skin? Do you believe you're white?
I don't think it matters, but I don't remember taking the context that you're saying. You said he was red when he came out.
Came out.
Is that talking about his skin color, or is that
That's
talking
that's
about
that's talking about his skin color.
Is it in the same thing they talked about having that Esau was the one who had the hairy arm, right?
Now it says red like a hairy garment. If you go back into the ancient times, they used goat blood to dye all garments, and it was blood red. So, in other words, your pigmentation shows through your skin. The higher elites know that they're Edomites, and it can be proven. Matter of fact, this is called the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites, by William Beeston. This is a scholar, right? So we already know that all Western nations descend from who? The Romans, right? Who are who? The Edomites, according to the scriptures and according to history, right? Let's bring it out. Because you've been lied to. My people been lied to. You may have not known, right? But you're going to find out today. Where is it at? Page. Here it is. It says, whence came the Romans? May have returned. Let's see, page 4. The Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomites. It says, whence came the Romans? May have been returned or even registered in writing before the birth of Christ, that the response preceding neither the Greeks nor Romans, but the despised Jew, that it has been preserved in the Jewish targums, that it exists amidst the fables and impities, the absurdities, and the blasphemies of the Jewish Talmud. The so-called Jewish people right now, they don't even follow the Torah. They follow Talmud, which is a Babylonian document. They don't even follow the Bible. It says the Romans came from Esau, who is Edom, and Italy is the Idumea, Rome, the Basra of the Hebrew prophets, right? It says the descendants of Esau, sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob, even to the end of the world, were at first a small nation inhabiting Mount Sair, the adjacent country. So you you always inhabited to mountains. You come from the Caucasus Mountains, and you originated from Mount Sair. So you're originally an Edomite, according to the scripture and according to history. Do you know what that means for you? According to the scriptures? Let's read it.
Let me ask you this: in the story about how Esau cheated to get his
You talking about Jacob?
Jacob, because he was firstborn, he gets the blessing, right? But Esau cheated by putting.
No, Jacob wasn't the firstborn. Esau was the firstborn. But Jacob, Esau had his birthright. He sold his birthright for what? For some pottage, right? Didn't he sell his birthright? So if he didn't sell his birthright, how was he? Let's get it. That feed me with that same red portage, right? So a lot of people want to say, matter of fact, here it is. This is Genesis chapter 25 and verse 29. And Jacob side pottage, and Esau came from the field. Y'all love hunting, man. Y'all love being out in the field. The Bible gives context clues of who people are in prophecy and in the mannerism of how they act. It says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, crazy with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore, his name was called Edom, right? The Edomite. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. He wasn't at the point of die. Because if he was at the point of die, he would have just fell over. It wouldn't have been no words, right? He said, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto me. And he sold, and he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So he had already sold it before even the time would come for the birthright to be given. Let's get another precept on this. It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, and verse 9. For this word of promise, at the same time, I will come and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose according to God, so that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that called. So it didn't matter how it happened. The Most High had already chosen Jacob. He had already chosen that line. Just like he had he chose who? Isaac. He put away Ishmael. He chose Jacob. He put away Esau. He has chosen people throughout even each line. Ishmael was the firstborn. Esau was the firstborn. The blessing usually goes to the firstborn, but the Most High did not choose them, right? According to election. And it was said unto her, the elder Esau shall serve the younger, Jacob, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Right? It was already ordained from the beginning who was going to choose. We just playing out our role. And you might have not known this.
So what's the message?
The message is for the 12 tribes of Israel to come back to their God, serve him, stop eating these abominable foods, stop associating with these other nations, and come back and serve their God. That's it. Come back and he gonna fight for us. We're not gonna have these memorials of us getting bit by dogs, us getting shot down in the street. This is not gonna happen to us anymore when we come back to our God. Point blank period. That's what the message is.
The message is if you come back to God, the rest of the oppression and the rest of
It's gonna cease because he gonna fight for us. If you read in the Bible, at any point in time when the Israelites went off and sinned, the Most High sent a nation against them, put them into slavery, put them in captivity. They returned, they repented, and guess what? He fought for them every time. And it's going to happen again. Thus saith the Holy Bible. This is prophecy right now. You don't see all these things happening out of nowhere, all these earthquakes, all this crazy weather. The Midwest still flooded to this day. They ain't even put in 30% of their crops. A famine is about to come to this land. People don't realize this. But this is all Bible prophecy, man. And it's coming to pass. He sent out his servant by way to warn the people before it happened. So they can't say an excuse when it happened. Period. Remember, he had Noah prophesy for over 100 years before it rained. He was telling them, turn from your wickedness. Turn from your wickedness. Nobody wanted to listen. And guess what? Only 8 people were saved, right? Matter of fact, let's get there.
What do you think of wickedness in today's world?
It's exceedingly, man. When you have the people in power who are so-called Edomites, because they rule the world, you have them passing all these LGBT laws. You know what I'm saying? They got them passing all these transgender laws. This is wickedness, man. That's what Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for. Why you don't think gonna happen in this place? This place is gonna be the lake of fire. This is Babylon the Great. This is Mystery Babylon. This place is done. And there's no way you can run because it's gonna be anywhere in this world, it's gonna be where wickedness is, it's gonna be put out. Point blank period. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with the Most High is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. For the Most High is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance, all the Israelites. You read in 1 Peter, matter of fact, let's get it. Because people think these letters are written to everybody. But the Most High gives context clues. If you write a letter to your brother or sister on the other side of the world, is it going to be 10 years later addressed to everybody? No. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 1. Peter, the apostle of Jesus Christ, that's not his name. That's a Greek name. He was a Hebrew Israelite. It says, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. The Most High said in the curses that he's going to scatter his people into every nation. And we've been scattered into every nation. That's why when you read in Revelation, he says a numeral multitude out of every nation, kindred, and tongue. Because those are Israelites out of every nation, kindred, and tongue, right? Says elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father through sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience and sprinkling of the works like and sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, that's his name, grace unto you and peace be multiplied. So these strangers, there are elect according to the foreknowledge of God, are Israelites. That's who this whole letter is written to. You can read that in Romans. But let's finish this out. It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 9. And the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works therein shall be burned up, right? So if the elements, what's hot enough to melt the elements with fervent heat? Thermonuclear fire. These nations are getting ready to set this place on fire, man. I don't know if you understand it or not, man, but every nation is upset with America. And it's by the will of the Most High that he's having Trump put all these different tariffs on different countries to rouse them up. This is his will. Let me bring it out. This is the book of Joel. This is what he wants because his people are now returning to him. It wasn't going to happen until his people returning to him. It's just the time. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Man, what Iran said? We're ready for war. He said, let the weak say, I am strong. They saying we ready. This is Bible prophecy. So it's closely, sure as I'm here speaking to you right now, it's going to happen. Because he said it was going to happen. He said, if you read in Ezekiel 37, it says the dry bones. And he said, prophesy to these dry bones that they live. So we heard the word of salvation, and he told us to come out here and warn the people. Point blank period. It says, assemble yourselves, come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, saith the Most High. Let the heathen be awakened, and come to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So your best bet, man, what's your name? Vaughn, your best bet is that you're a scattered Israelite and that your forefather seed go back to Israel. Because you didn't know that the Most High hate, but you didn't buck up like normal Edomites would. Because they wouldn't sit here and listen to the word. They would buck up and go back their way. So I encourage you to look into your heritage to see who you really come from. Because the Most High don't deal with no proud spirit. He deals with a meek, humble spirit, which I have seen that you have right now. So it is a confusion of face according to the Israelites. You know, your forefather could go back to an Israelite. So I encourage you to go and look that up and check it out for yourself. And if you are, you need to come back, follow these law, statutes, commandments, because he ain't saving nobody else. Matter of fact, let's get it. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith in Yahweh Shai, who the word in the knows is Jesus. So you got to have the patience, the faith, and keep the commandments to be saved. This is Revelation chapter 22 and verse 14. Blessed are they that keep the commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. So that's the only way you can do it. These pastors right now are telling you, don't keep the law. If you don't have to keep the laws, what is grace for? If you don't have to have grace, what did the Messiah die for? Right? It makes no sense. Absolutely none. You got all right now. No problem. Hey man, you got to judge by the spirit, man. You got to judge by the spirit. You don't know who somebody is. Now I plainly read him that Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated, and he did not buck up at one time, right? He was just listening to the word, right? So you can't judge off appearance. You never know who could be Israel. Now it's the first time I've ever seen a so-called white man who are the Edomites not buck up against the truth, not buck up at all, and in any shape, way, or form, right? You know your Israelite brother. You know who the Israelites are according to the scriptures, right? So, what's your father? So-called black man? No, who is your father? Father, so-called black man, right? So, according to the scriptures, man, American black are from the tribe of Judah, right? Well, let's prove that, because I could be telling you anything, right? Let's prove it though. Now, the book of Deuteronomy was written to the Israelites. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. Man, he's punishing his people right now because we've been hard-headed, stiff-necked, and not doing what he wants us to do. This is Deuteronomy 1 and 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, right? So these words are what Moses spoke unto all Israel. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Now, Deuteronomy 28 is a list of blessings and curses. 1 through 14 are blessings. 15 through 68 are curses. It's way more curses than blessings, right? Let me get you a curse, man. Says Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. What's your name, brother? Andre. Andre. Look into this, Andre, man. Look into it, brother. This is the best word you can hear, right? See that? So-called white man who looked like Esau had more humble spirit than old Jake, old homeless Jake. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him some living water, and he walks away. But the so-called white man sat here and listened for what, a good 20, 15, 20 minutes, right? That's crazy though. But see, that's what we just brought out, man. That 2/3 therein should be cut off and die, right? Because our people are so stiff-necked and hard-headed. They don't want to hear the Most High word, man. I couldn't even get to one curse before brother said I had to go, right? Not one curse, right? But let's get more on the destruction of this place, man. Because it's coming. It's coming fast, man. The Most High God has set it in his heart to do all what he wants, right? Let me get this. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure, right? So the Most High God counsel is going to stand, and he's going to do all his pleasure. He's going to do what he want to do, right? Now let's get something that he wants to do. What's going on, brother? You know you're Israelite? You know you're Israelite according to the scriptures? History and archaeology. Did you know that, brother? Come learn something, brother. You got 5 minutes, brother? Huh? Let me ask you a question, bro. What's the state of our people in this world right now? Are we on top? Are we on the bottom? What is the state of our people? Are we on top or are we on the bottom? We on the bottom, right? Okay, you know that's the curse, right? No, I don't, man. But you can have this power, man. I took a sip out of it, but you can. Right? Let me show you something, brother. A lot of people are getting beat down, right? It says, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Ain't we cursed in the city of Birmingham right now? As a people now. You got to look around, man. We don't own none of these damn businesses around here, do we? Right? It says, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep, right? So our basket, our businesses is cursed right now, right? We can't have a good loan from any of this, but it's been set up by who? The so-called white man, right? He is our evil twin brother. You ever heard of that? An evil twin brother? That's who he is. He's been jealous that we received the blessing from the beginning, right? It says, verse 20, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Did you know during the slave trade, man, our sons and our daughters were given unto another people? Who else did that happen to? Nobody, right? Now these curses are to identify who the children of Israel are, man. It says, verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low, right? We done came down very low, man. The strangers that was with us has gotten up above us very high. That's why you see us on the bottom, bro. That's why you see us being downtrodden. Don't look like we have no hope, right? Because the Most High God is putting his whipping stick on his children for being disobedient, right? That's the reason why this happened. It says, and he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him, and he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Do we lend to anybody as a people? Do we always have to get something lent to us? These are curses on the children of Israel, man. Now listen to this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, and thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you. No man's going to be able to redeem you at this curse, man. How was our mode of transportation over here, brother? Did we come over here on ships? Did we come over here on ships, brother? You ever heard of the transatlantic slave trade, brother? That's how we came over here, brother, on ships. Listen to this verse again, brother. You got to pay attention, okay? This is gonna help you, man. I promise you. All right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. You know the Israelites walked out of Egypt, right? So they would have never had to go back into Egypt with ships, right? So it's a meaning behind the word Egypt. Bible says you're supposed to read precept on precept, precept on precept, here a little and there a little. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, right? So what is Egypt according to the Bible? According to the Bible. Listen to this one more time, brother. It says, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So what is the land of Egypt? According to the scriptures, the house of bondage. So what's another word for bondage? If you locked up and you gotta go out and go in when they tell you to, eat when they tell you to, that's a form of what? Slavery, right? So let's go back with that understanding what this means, man. It says, and the Lord, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, slavery, again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, and thou shalt see it no more again. I mean, we ain't see our homeland anymore again collectively as a nation. Yeah, you got certain people who go back and see the so-called motherland, which is Africa, but where we reside on the continent of Africa, but we are from Jerusalem, man. Our homeland is Israel. We got ran out of there in 70 AD. It says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, just how Moses said it was going to happen, it's going to happen. And thou shalt see it no more again. We ain't see our homeland no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwoman. And no man shall buy you. Meaning ain't nobody gonna be able to redeem us out this curse, man. So when we got off those ships, when we sold, brother, when we sold on auction blocks, bro, this is our book, bro. This is not the white man book, bro. This is who before we came over here on those slave ships, brother. Now, there's certain things that you have to do, man. You got to have the faith And who the world even knows is Jesus Christ, but his name is not Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh. And you gotta have what? Commandments, man. You gotta have works. Part of those works are keeping the commandments. As an Israelite man, you're supposed to have a beard on your face. You're supposed to try and have fringes, brother. I don't care if you got fringes like these or you have fringes like these. Either or. You're supposed to wear these on your garments. And matter of fact, let me get this for you. Because this is the reason why we came over on slave ship. Because we did not do what our God say do. We hard-headed, man. You know we stiff-necked as hell as a people, right? You know that. But this is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 37. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout the generations, right? And they shall put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. But why? And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Most High and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, which ye used to go a whoring. So, you ever heard the term out of sight and out of mind? That's how our people is, man. If it ain't something physically on us, it's totally out of our mind, man. So we're not gonna understand, man, that we don't supposed to be eating pork. That we supposed to have a beard on our face. That we supposed to follow the commandments if we don't have this visual reminder. Because that's who we are as a people. It says that ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. You see, he keeps saying he's the Lord our God, man. He's not the Lord God of everybody, man. You gotta understand that. That's why we at such a lower state right now, brother. So I want you to keep these words with you, man. Lord willing, I'll be out here next Sunday, man. If you have any questions, man, I'm gonna bring a Bible, especially for you, man. I want you to start reading, man, and go ahead and start growing your beard out, brother. Grow what you can grow. I promise you, man, things will start turning around in your life, and you wouldn't believe it because he gonna see that you sincere to trying to seek him, right? Let me get this for you, bro, because it's important, man. We're in the last days, man. Just like I was out here telling old Vaughn here earlier, man, that the Most High just sent out his prophets before the destruction hit, man. He always sent them out so nobody can have an excuse say I did not hit it. It's not going to be an excuse anymore, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, and verse 6. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. So you got to seek the Most High God right now while he able to find, man. You're not going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, pretty soon he going to draw back. His prophets come out here on the street, man, right? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 26. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day that ye shall soon utterly perish off of the land until ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whether the Most High shall lead thee. So right now, man, the Most High is trying to capture you, man. Come back to him and do what he say do, brother. What's your name, brother? Don Tavon? Brother DeWard, all right? Now, when I come back out here, man, I'm going to have a Bible for you, man. I want to see you, okay? Go ahead and start growing out your beard. Start doing things that you know you can do, all right? Appreciate you, bro. Y'all know y'all Israelites? Y'all know y'all Israelites according to the Bible?
Yes, sir.
How long you known that, sister?
All my life.
All your life?
Yeah, that's what I was
You know, it's things, conditions that you have to do when you know you're an Israelite, sister.
Yes, sir.
What are the things that you have to do, sister? Yep. You see that? Rather enjoy the vacation instead of hear the words of the Most High God, right? But in that day, matter of fact, let's get it. Because it's a beautiful thing. When he tell you to turn from your wickedness and you don't, only one gonna be held accountable is you. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded, right? Most High is stretching out his hand right here, right now. But no person regarded. I want to enjoy my vacation, right? 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 Matter of fact, let's keep reading. Because I have called and ye have refused, and I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Matter of fact, let me get this precept on. Hebrews. Nope. Salaki. I'm gonna go back. I want to find this precept first. Right? This is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 21. But unto Israel he saith, all day long have I stretched forth my hand unto a disobedient and gainsaying people, right? All day long the Most High stretched forth his hand to these disobedient and gainsaying people, right? You know you're Israelite according to the scriptures, brother? Huh? See? Now let's see what the Most High God say when the destruction hit. Are they gonna be able to say, hold on a second? Hell no. The Most High ain't hearing it, right? It says, verse verse 26, Proverbs 1 and 26. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then shall ye call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They would none of my counsel, they despised my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil, right? When you hearken unto the Most High God and do what He say do, you're gonna be what under the shadow of the Almighty, right? Yeah, right. Christianity. What they say, Christianity is a hell of a drug, right? No doubt about it, brother. God loves everybody, but God don't love everybody. He says it. Now, let's get that. Yeah, it's a hell of a drug. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi, not everybody, but to Israel. The Most High God say He changes not. He says, I have loved you, saith the Most High, yet you say, wherein thou hast loved us. Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Most High? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. So the Most High God say He hates Esau, who are the Edomites, and it's going to go into that, right? It says, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, wherein Edom saith, we are impoverished, not one man, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and whom the Most High have indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Most High would be magnified from the border of Israel, right? So the Edomites are who? The border of wickedness, man. That's who they are. And who's running this world? The wicked. Let's prove all things, right? It's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who is the wicked if it ain't the so-called white man? The so-called Edomites, according to the scriptures, right? That's who the wicked is. Book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all they that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Most High of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as little calves of the stall, right? And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith the Most High of hosts, right? So the day is coming, it's going to burn hot as an oven to where the wicked is going to be put away. Point blank, period, man. And in fact, let's get another precept regarding it. These people out here, man, think it's a game, man. He just stretched forth his hand today, trying to let you know who you are, and you ain't want to hear it. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherein the Most High will smite all the people that are fought against Jerusalem. Now let's understand, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. It says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth, right? So what's hot enough where your eyes consume away at your holes and your tongue consume away at your mouth? What's hot enough, man? Those thermonuclear missiles, man. It's coming to destroy this place. It's prophesied by the Most High God. It's gonna happen. He said it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Let's get another precept, man. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Right? This battle is going to be burning and fuel of fire. Right? Let's get another precept, man. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 14. The great day of the Most High is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Most High. And the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, right? This is the day of the Most High, man. And people want to say, I can't wait to see the Most High. I can't wait to see God. Guess what? He said, it's a day of darkness, a day of gloominess, right? Let's get this. Because people said that, oh, he's not going to kill all these people. Well, he killed everybody except for 8 people the first death, right? Second death is by fire, right? It says, this is the book of Amos. So what I'm on? 9 and 8. 10. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Man, when we get sifted, lifted up in those chairs, man, that's going to be a beautiful day, man. But it's also a day of darkness for those who don't follow the laws, commandments, and are not what? Preordained, predestined to receive the kingdom, right? It says, all these sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us, right? That's what they say, man. They say, man, ain't no evil gonna come to us. We living good. We living lavishly, right? I'm living my best life, right? But the Most High God said the sinners of his people are gonna die by the sword, right? And let's get what the sword is according to the scripture. The sword, that sword is twofold. Is these weapons out here, and it's actual a person, right? Let's get it. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So who's the wicked? The so-called white man. Esau, he's the wicked. You just read he's the border of wickedness. So the Most High God is going to what? Cast him down. But he's the Most High sword. Understand that. This is the book of Psalms. Matter of fact, let me get this first. It's the book of Isaiah. That's what I want. I had that precept. Salaki. 10 and 13. Salaki. Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again say upon him that smote them, that stay upon them that smote them, but they shall stay upon the Most High, the Holy One of Israel, in truth, right? The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return, and the consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness, right? For the Most High power of hosts shall make a consumption, even determined, in the midst of all the land. Two parts therein shall be cut off and die, right? It says, therefore, thus saith the Most High of hosts, O my people that dwelleth in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrian. He shall smite thee with the rod, and shall lift up his staff against thee after the manner of Egypt. For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and mine anger in their destruction, right? And the Lord of hosts shall store up the scourge for him according to the slaughter of the Median at the rock of Oreb, and as his rod was upon the sea, so shall he lift up after him in the manner of Egypt, right? In the same way Egypt was destroyed by these plagues, man, it was a build up. It was a build up by the Most High God. It was a build up where he sent these different famines to destroy Egypt, right? And it's a build up right now. You had all this snow earlier this year. Then you had these floods earlier this year. You got sweltering heat. You got, well, they can't even swim in the ocean or they going to get some kind of bacterial disease, right? Then you got earthquakes and fires happening on the West Coast. It's a buildup. It's always a buildup with the Most High. You know, he had his servants out here declaring the end from the beginning. And as he's declaring the end from the beginning, the buildup is happening. And people are not returning to his reproof. Because why? They've been blinded from the beginning. Matter of fact, let's get that. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 6 and verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the people of Slakia, make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. How can you convert if you were never the first part of it in the first place? How can you come back? How can you return? How can you repent if you was never there in the first place? You can't. This is not for everybody. It's for the elect of the children of Israel, right? Point blank period. This is book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 11. And he answered him, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given. So if you understand this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, man, he gonna give you more. And then you're required to take that talent with usury and bring back what? People to the faith, man. Go out there and wake up the elect, right? It says, for whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But to whoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. So the wisdom and knowledge that you have, if you're not doing anything with it, guess what? The Most High, he gonna take that spirit from you, man. Right? It says, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see, Salaki, because they see not, And hearing, they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their eyes are dull of hearing, and their eyes have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I shall heal them. But blessed are your eyes. Say it again. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Right? For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Right? So blessed are your eyes, man. You have understanding, man. Blessed are your ears if you can grasp what the Most High God is bringing to you right now, man. Because it's not for everybody, right? I'm gonna close it out on this right here. Second Corinthians. This is the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is in the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them, right? So, blessed for your eyes they can see, right? And your ears they can hear. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers out there laboring in the highways and byways, putting up videos throughout the week teaching this truth, right? Shalom.